6 o'clock. Call the meeting to order. Roll call.
Okay, Hopkins.
Here.
Vote.
Here.
Matt Bittner.
Here.
Jim Trantham.
Here.
Sharon. Kyle Bittner.
Here.
Oh, 1 minute. Riley.
Here.
And Most.
Present.
Okay.
Arms.
Present.
Sorry. I thought it was a word associated with the games. Petitions by citizens on non-agenda items. Seeing none. Number 3, City Clerk. May 11, 2016 utility meeting minutes. Can you pass those out?
I did.
Perfect.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay. Second. I think some people are still reading. Did you actually read that fast?
Absolutely. Second.
Yeah, I'll say.
I'll be pushing.
Matt second.
I said, let's not be pushing.
Oh.
You missed that part.
Well, Michelle does a great job all the time. We don't do it.
Ahead of time.
Yeah.
Roll call.
Okay, Kyle Bittner.
Yes.
Riley.
Yes.
Most.
Yes.
Hopkins.
Yes.
Vote.
Yes.
Matt Bittner.
Yes.
Jim Trantham.
Yes. Motion passed. I never had that. 4, subdivision and zoning administrator. Is that you?
It is. So in May, I had a little bit of a decrease in permits. We've been a little busy with doing 2 multiple jobs. There were only 18, 3 residential, 5 accessory, 9 excavation, and 1 commercial. The first 2 houses were in the new phase of Remington Ridge, and 1 was in Rimlock. The accessory permits were a deck, a pool, garage addition, shed, and an egress window and finishing a basement. Excavation permits, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 technically. The LOS grouping was all in one set and the rest were individually broken down. Restoration Church is doing an addition onto their church. They're adding about, I think it was 1,000 square foot to their footprint. And current projects, Planning Commission that we had on the schedule for tonight has been rescheduled for next Monday because we did not have enough committee members to attend tonight. But we will meet next Monday before council downstairs and look that over. And that's still supposed to go to zoning board next Thursday as well. For permits that are currently in process, I have 0 residential, 2 excavation permits, 1 commercial, and 4 accessories. I do have a sign permit, but that is for Casey's and they don't own the property yet. So that one's kind of going to be sitting for a bit.
Do we have a projected date when they're going to close?
Last time Nate and I talked to Jim Schmidt, they were hoping for the end of the month, end of June.
To close.
To close. We do have a plan to look at and review, but we don't have an actual application in hand. So, Domino's, we're hoping to
We
get
have a
that.
plan at the same time? Or is it the application, you think?
I'm sorry.
You think we'll have a plan to look at as soon as they?
I would hope so. I would hope so, yes.
Okay.
I think think that's why they want us to review it now, to make sure there aren't any major changes, so that when they do get the application done, it'll be ready to go. We're hoping to get Domino's completed this week. We're just waiting on a fee schedule from the gas department, so they're itching to break ground as well. Remington Ridge, we are issuing permits in there. The lift station is in process of being completed. They reviewed their plans and we came together and approved it, and we're ready to move forward. Our guys are working on installing the electric out there. It sounds like they have quite a few lots either already sold or under contract.
Yeah, about 15 total out of like 38.
Yeah, so that's good news for them and us. Keep us busy. Quail Ridge, the most recent one, I haven't had any permits come in for that one yet, which I thought was strange, but that one is ready to go whenever they start submitting permits as well. So, yeah. Any questions?
Sign with Casey's, they've got our ordinance and they know size and specs and what they can and can't do.
Yes, they do.
Perfect.
Good deal.
Yep.
We've had lots of interaction with them, but they just don't know the property yet. So, great.
Because, yeah, there'll have to be a monument sign being on Route 3 and all that. So they from glancing at the permit application, it all looks like it'll be in accordance to our rules and codes and all that.
Awesome. Just getting closer.
Yep.
All right, thank you. Building inspector, I guess, do you want to do that together? I don't know, we didn't really, we were just going to do it together.
Okay.
Roberta. Hey. So I've been doing the foundation, the sites, and the footing inspections, and Nate has been doing all the in-betweens and rental inspections. We've been dividing and conquering dumpster permits and property calls as they come in.
Yeah, things are working good.
Yeah.
Busy, obviously. There's a few outstanding things we need to take care of for property maintenance, but everything seems to be rolling pretty decent. Obviously, we're excited for Eric to start. So.
And on that note, Tricia was on vacation last week, and when he was getting ready to start, and I did not get that on the agenda to hire him this past Monday night. We have scheduled him to start next Monday. Are you guys okay with him going and starting Monday morning? I will hire him on Monday evening on the 15th. We'll all be on the same day. He'll just be here a few hours before we actually vote on it. You good, Matt?
Yeah.
Jim?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great.
We're very excited.
We'll break him in.
Yes, we will.
Plenty of work for him to do. So, yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, West 4th Street, just some major changes. The storm sewer pipes, they're all complete. They're going to be putting some donuts on some of the manholes to get the manholes to grade. Can't eat them, Gary.
Okay.
Good.
Got me excited for a second.
They're hard to digest.
You got
Yeah,
real
hard to
excited.
digest. And then they'll be filling in, if you've driven through there or not, they need to fill the ditch in to grade yet. Once they get that done, tomorrow they're planning on starting to remove the old pavement and subgrade. So we're looking at about 1.5 feet, maybe up to 2 feet of removal of street and subgrade. So equivalent of about 360 to 400 trucks will be out moving.
Where's the material going?
Don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we need any of it or no?
I don't believe it's a mix. So you're gonna have dirt, rock, asphalt. So I've heard that Monroe County's been taking some stuff in the past on this job, some spoilings and stuff.
Okay.
So they may. I'm sure you're gonna see trucks from all sorts chipped in to help out. So they're looking at hopefully by end of the week they'll have all of it taken out. So big changes for that. Once they get that done, they'll come in.
Will not access to the street while they're doing that?
I'd say it's going to be pretty much closed until they get the subgrade put back in. So obviously we'll have a whole new subgrade put back.
So as they take stuff out, are they putting a subgrade in behind it?
Nope, they're going to take it all out and put back in.
Okay.
Now, knowing the traffic, the intersections would probably be the most concerning, making sure cross north and south traffic works out. But to be honest with you, the neighbors already they all pretty much have alley access, and they've been really good to work with.
Good, good.
I don't know if anyone's had any complaints, but I haven't about parking.
I have not.
Western Egyptian's been doing good using the community parking lot. So yeah, most of the week you'll see a lot of heavy activity. Then they'll come back, put the subgrade in, and then we'll be looking at curbs and gutters, curbing machine. And I'm not sure if they've finished curbs and gutters. They may do the sidewalks. They may go to hot lay and then do the sidewalks last. I don't know their schedule on that. I am going to take another walk through and check the sidewalks that they left. If they don't meet ADA, we'll be removing more sidewalks. But we removed the bad stuff to begin with, so you may see a few more sidewalks leave the site before it's done. So project should be moving good now. So, a lot of activity. Any questions? Okay. For Joel and Matt, I kind of emailed you guys. I was going to email you again, but ran out of time. Daniel Hole Farms, that detention area that we took over, we're going to send the street crew to keep continuing to get things improved and get it to where it's a full functioning detention area without any issues. So it's easier to mow and maintain. So they probably have a couple weeks of work down there. So just a heads up. I did talk to the missus today. She was expressed gratitude of what's going on so far. So thanks. Yep. That's all I have for now.
The detention area at Lava Drive,
Yeah.
it has trees in it.
Yep. We'll get him to work, remove all that.
Who's responsible for that?
Jay Hutch is the one his development group.
Is that correct? Okay.
Yep. We'll talk to him about it.
Okay.
I did notice on Lakeview Drive tonight they're cleaning out that little detention area, kind of at the end of Kimberly there, where Ben's down in the hole. So
Okay.
People are working on that one today. So
Okay.
it's right before the park.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Thanks.
Thanks, man. GR?
Ready for it?
Is this a
No, I don't think we're in.
He just said he was going to take care
All right, as I start out every month, the monthly operating report will go on to are posted on our website. We have finalized the CCR. We're in the midst of reviewing that internally, making sure we've got everything covered. And then there will be a link in the mayor's letter when that goes out, also a QR code. So it'll be posted on our website for people to access. Just a quick update on the water main loop from Runlock to Country Club Hills, or AKA the sewer treatment plant. We've been out there to survey, field work's been completed. We are reviewing the best route to get through either the field or the wooded area. So we hope to have some direction on that soon for HMD to finish up. But one thing we're going to do is pothole for rock. There might be some rock in that area, so try to look at the options we have and to make sure we're not cutting any rock or getting into it very deep. We'll look at that as well, as long as with these options. So, tournament number 14. We're doing a few punch list items. One of the big, large fuel tanks had a leaky valve. We replaced it this morning. Actually, the valve was on back order. And we're waiting 48 hours for the thread compound to set, and then that'll be ready to be filled up again. So that's the main one. There's some other little ticky-tack items, but that's the main one that's outstanding. Change orders, just want to briefly go over some change orders. We'll have 2 change orders, one for solar and one for IMEA that'll be pass-through change orders. We have to run it through our contract with solar. They didn't install some wiring at the factory, so we got JF Electric via Limbaugh Construction install some of the, or solar had them do that. The issue is Limbaugh Construction is not a vendor of solar, and for them to do that process on their end, it's going to take too long to get them as a vendor at the incorporation of solar. So it's just a pass through for the city on that front. Similar with the IMEA meter work, IMEA is paying us to do that work. The solar work is a little over $40,000. The IMEA work is a little over $7,000. So again, those will be, and I'll have those on the City Council next Monday, but again, those are pass-throughs. We've already sent the invoices out to those entities.
Hey, JR,
Yes.
can you expound on the solar work portion of it just a little bit?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Too.
So Solar's the manufacturer of the turbine itself in San Diego, and they shipped it out without a bunch of wiring. I would say a bunch, but quite a bit of wiring not completed.
Okay.
Accidentally, just to get it here, freight was already on board. So that's Solar Turbine is the manufacturer.
Perfect. Now, I just wanted to make that clear to you,
Yeah.
that it's not solar we're talking about. It's the name of the company is Solar.
Yep, no, I understand. And then we're finalizing a change order. We had the $114,000 change order for the foundation at the turbine. We have a little over $40,000 for the actual substation expansion where the structural steel sits on that. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done with, keep in mind, not including the work that's just passed through for us on those two other change orders, that the contract will be over $156,774.58. So of that 156, 154,000 it was in the soils, the foundation. So the contract value, if you take out the foundation issues, $2,246.07 is where it's at. But if I include the foundation issues, it's 2.8% over the original contract price. So pretty good within a year, I felt. So I'll have this all to City Council next Monday evening so we can get the contractor paid and get everything closed up and moved on. Anybody have any questions about the change order?
So it'll be online for usage in July, I guess?
So that'll be my next slide. Anything on the change orders?
Joel.
All right, so again, turbine unit 14 and then exporting, we will receive payments starting June 1st. So it's already we'll receive payments for a dedicated capacity from IMEA. So that's very good. Everything it was online in January, but everything's up and running. It has been. We just haven't been able to do any testing, or if we wanted to run it, it would be at our expense on the fuel side of things. So we're hoping maybe this week we'll run it with the heat. Potentially, we're not sure. So that's the good news there. And we're ready to go. Our plate stands ready there. The export excess capacity is a big thing for us. So Ameren, IMEA, and the City of Waterloo updated our equipment out at the Ameren metering point a couple weeks ago. We had some issues with some communication between Ameren and IMEA. It's not on our side, it's on their side. We're hoping to get that resolved this week, but it's working. And then we're going to try to do some testing. Testing was supposed to take place last week, but they want to swap over some polarity issues and get that resolved before it's online. So that's good news as well. Briefly, I reported, I believe last month, in the East Ridge area, we're going to take a power outage. Short power outage about an hour to 2 hours to swap over those lines that we installed last fall. So this is the area. Sarah has the social media post ready to go. So we'll do that. And we're going to do it tomorrow afternoon, so folks don't get confused. It's a Tuesday, next Tuesday at 8 a.m.
Just getting that notification to that area via social media or other notifications planned?
Well, I don't know. I put that in the email that Code Red. I don't know if it's working yet or not.
I have an update on that tonight.
Okay. So just a brief update there. Equipment update. The line department, we approved a bucket truck in May of 2024. There's a chassis upgrade on that, similar to what we had before on another vehicle. It was a 2024 chassis, now it's a 2026 chassis, and that's $6,543. I'll move forward with unless somebody has any major heartache on that. We really don't have any options, I guess. You know, we kind of have our hands tied. And then this, so on that bucket truck, the LT40, it was in budget year FY24, I believe, or 25. I have to look back at my notes. But it did get put in the next fiscal year and the next, even though we already approved it. So we're trying to track where that was missed, but there's a digger derrick on the budget as well for FY27. However, the build, it's going to take over 13 months for them to build, so it'll roll into FY28. So what we're proposing to do is take half of the budgeted amount for the digger derrick, which would pay for the LT40 that's already approved. I'm not sure where that fell off the book somehow. We've been looking for it, Sarah and I, and the mayor, and just since we already have the 500,000 program, that will take that place, and then the other one will get moved into FY28 just on the build time frame. So,
Do they require any advanced down payment for a truck like that?
they don't. Nope, just signing the agreement. You know, and it says the estimate can change by the time it gets here. I'm trying to
Usually does.
for that. So, yep. Other noteworthy items. Working on the right-of-way items for H.H. Road and Flower Street. I expect those to go out to bid in the fall. And I explained that before. We received hopefully some better bids in the fall. Villa Court and Southview, we've done some work on those projects, working with some of you folks in the room on that.
Quick update on that. I did speak to the villas today. The open question was if they had any kind of budget set aside for this. They maintain that they do not. They don't have any funding. They would either have to do some kind of assessment, set up a pool that everybody pays into, or take out a loan or something like that, if they whatever their share might be. So that's kind of where that at. So I don't know if a side meeting is in order where we get all the businesses in or what, but would like to see something here one way or another.
Okay. Do we want to set up like a street meeting, committee meeting, just to kind of?
I mean, I'll leave that to the chair. I want to be respectful of everyone's time and commitments.
I mean, do we need a full street committee meeting for that right now? Probably need to know what they're willing to commit before we even
Is it giving you a timeline of when they might do that, or no?
No.
I don't know. I haven't much thought about it recently.
Okay.
Maybe we can talk.
We can talk about it.
Maybe the three of us want to talk at some point next week or so.
Yep.
Rogers Street North and Country Club Lane, the extension of their area. A brief update. The final plans have been completed. Aaron Metzger has those in his hands, and the acquisition letters have gone out, meaning that the appraiser will be meeting with the property owners in sometime mid to late June. By the time the letters get out, people have they set up the meetings with the appraiser. Gas and water projects, again, these are out near South Church Street and the 57 acres. And then a couple other items I added is the solar ordinance and then the charter spectrum.
On the solar ordinance, Nate and I, we talked about that. Since the state continues to change that, I kind of wonder early on, should we just adopt whatever the state statutes are until it gets stable? No, I'm not looking for an answer right this moment. Just something to think about, and we might want to do that.
Just take whatever the state does for that.
I would advise that.
No.
Necessarily.
because they don't, there's some.
We can't adopt anything more strict than the
Than what the
state.
state allows, right? Yeah. So we'd have to. That was the whole intent, was to basically adopt the strictest allowable in that draft that I had put together. But I don't know. how
There's
that
some
works.
caveats that the city can add.
Right.
The municipal government on that.
But I mean, if you start there,
Mhm.
then there's probably not a lot more you actually have to add.
Because you're right, it does change. There's a new part of it that came into effect with January 1 this year. So,
Yeah, it'll be evolving, for
a while,
But you still want to adopt something in the next 3 months or so?
probably needed. I think we need to get something on the books just to cover it.
I'll agree with Joel on that.
Okay.
You guys have any questions, comments?
I think it makes best, so, on the Feldmeyer property, the asbestos abatement on the house out there, we don't have the paperwork back on that. There was no issue with that. There were no issues with asbestos out there. We cover the issue that we had here, yesterday on the generator.
Oh, so I don't know if anybody came by City Hall late
Yes.
yesterday afternoon, the generator was running. There was a fuse blown, this line coming in. Jared said it was installed in the 90s. It didn't pop out to have the other fuse trip kick in. So, long story short, it was running from yesterday afternoon, evening until this morning. We figured it out this morning. So we're not aware of it happening before. It's just a fluke incident overall. So Nathan and I talked about we could put it on SCADA to see, but since it hasn't happened before, it's just. And I guess we would encourage if anybody hears or sees that, even the residents or you guys to call dispatch and they'll call us out. I mean, we don't, unless we're driving by it, we don't know that what's going on. So, and it does. This does run from time to time. If we get a blink on the system, if it's long enough, it'll turn on and it'll run for about an hour, just so everybody knows, because it starts up and then there's a 30-minute cool down period. So it runs every other Wednesday night out here as an exercise on the weekends, and that is.
This time it was just an issue because, Holland was very close to it. It was running all night long, ran until almost 10 a.m. this morning, until we had that resolved in the cool down period. So if you get complaints about or hear about that, it was something that hasn't happened in all the years that I've been here.
Yeah, Jared said the fuses were from 97, I think, or 96, so they've been in there for a long time.
Yeah.
That's a good point. But I guess to go back to the Feldmeyer property on the asbestos abatement, that's good, and we have to do that as a municipality, as a governmental agency to review that, and so it came back clear, so we can demo or do whatever we want with that building now.
We'll be moving forward on that cleanup. Actually, the street department went out and did a great job in cleaning it up in order, hopefully, to move to the next step.
Good.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Sarah Craig is ill today, and Tricia.
So I missed the May meeting, so just a quick update. We did have to cancel the biometric screening that we had scheduled for May 19th because we only had 9 people registered and their requirement was a minimum of 30. So unfortunately, we weren't able to get to that number, and they wanted 30 2 weeks prior, so we couldn't be there. But Gretchen from MB Health still came that day, and I put that out to people if they wanted to meet with her to go over our insurance benefits or Paylocity at the HRA. And she did have 4 people take advantage of meeting with her when she was here. So also, just an update from in April, we did have IMRF here. They were here the 15th and 16th. She hosted an informational presentation for staff just on IMRF in general and retirement. We had 15 people attend, about 15, and then then she then met with 11 people individually, 30-minute sessions, going over retirement plans, whatever with people. So, and then everyone stole my thunder, but we did hire a building inspector, Eric Bergenmeyer, and he has over 30 years of experience as a general contractor, foreman, and carpenter. So he comes to us with a lot of experience. We did have 10 applicants for the position, but he was clearly the one. So super excited to have him start on the 15th. Thank you all for approving that. I'm sorry we missed getting that on the agenda for last time since I was gone. But any other questions from you? All right, thanks.
Sarah?
Saturday, just this past Saturday, we had the home loan program. We had 31 kids that participated this year, and they got to hear from the EMS, fire department, and the police department. So we always have a lot of fun with that. I just wanted to give you a quick update on that. And I did hand out an upcoming event sheet that will go through some of those. Port of Westphalica is next Tuesday. Lineup is at VFW for the parade. The parade actually starts at 6. I'll hand all the sign-up sheets around at the same time that I'm going to mention here in a second. But I have a sign-up sheet for anybody that wants to walk. I just wanted to show you the progress on our float that we're building for this year. John and Brad are doing an amazing job getting our vision come to life, and Roberta and I are going to have a work day tomorrow to put all the pretty frilly stuff on it. But we have a bench there you see, so we'll have Betsy Ross on our float for Porta and the America 250, and then also on the America 250 we'll have our Abe Lincoln with her as well. And then you can see this little part up front. If any kids want to ride, they can certainly dress patriotic, and I'll have some wearables for them if they want. So whenever I pass that around, you can write down any kids that you might bring along for that. But you can see the Liberty Bell and just lots of red, white, and blue. And then John Luping had the idea to put the service flags on the back, which I thought was a really nice addition to it. So it's coming together very nicely. I think it'll be really a good addition to the parade. So yeah, that's all I have on Porta. We'll just, whoever wants to walk, wear your 250 polos that they got for the year.
Ignore.
And then the next event that we have is the Muni Band concert. I know I already told you to save the date, but I have a sign-up sheet if you plan on attending that as well, just so we know how much help we'll have. The concerts are always at 8. We usually get there between 7:30, 7:45, just to get ready and snap a quick photo for that. And then the America 250 event is quickly approaching. For the parade, again, we'll use that same float. We currently have 38 entries in the parade, and we still have a couple weeks for people to sign up. My goal was 40, so I think we'll exceed that. We keep getting a few each week, a couple early meetings coming in, so kind of excited for that. And then the festival, I'm still actively planning, but we are also starting to promote it. I have some flyers here. If anybody has somewhere that they would like to take one, feel free to grab and take with you. So then we're also promoting the free online listing billboard, rack cards, and then we'll do a booth on our Facebook event and also do some advertising in the Republic Times and Worth County News, things like that. A lot of the same things that we do to promote Pumpkin Fest we'll do for this one as well. As you can see on the flyer, we have a lot of fun things planned, and we just learned today that the farmers market is going to join us. They're going to move the market that day to our event, which I think will be a really neat addition. And because that's where it used to be a long time ago on Mill Street there, so it's kind of like, you know, we're celebrating history, and that's where it was before. So it'll be neat. And then,
It was 250 years ago.
oh gosh, no, not quite that long ago. And then I wasn't able to find any local organizations to provide food for the festival. I have a couple of snacky things, but nothing like major. So I did reach out to lots of different food trucks, and I have 3 of them coming. But then I'm going to just make a poster that promotes all of the local places that will be open that day as well. So we'll have that kind of in like our food area. And then we're also going to order some commemorative cups that, like the plastic ones, that all the places that are open that day, we will give about 50 of them to each place to give to customers that day. So kind of encourages local support as well as having something at the festival to, so that they don't get slammed and overwhelmed. So I think that'll be good. And let's see, I have a volunteer list for the festival as well. So I'll go ahead and pass all of those. Jim, you want to start at your end, and then that way it can go, or whoever wants to start. I don't know. You can start here and move it all the way around.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
On the food trucks, you said you had 3 of them coming?
Yeah.
A lot of times, when I've been around the food trucks, they have a bit of a payout. Are they on their own, or will we have to, you know, guarantee them a certain payout?
They didn't say anything
So
about
they're on
that.
their own?
Mhm.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's my question.
Yep. And then one more note on the America 250. We've had a really great response to the challenge coins, so much that we placed another order for another 100 of them because we're about out already. Just so you know, we've had a really good response to those. Any questions so far? A howitzer update. I'm sure everybody saw that it arrived here in Waterloo. Did the main pad got poured, right, but not the sidewalk up to it?
It's all done.
It's all done now? Okay, so the main pad and the sidewalk walking up to it are all poured out at the park. So now it's just up to us to do the restoration work on it, so. But it's pretty exciting. Got here, was it the last Friday of May? Yeah, so.
We have ordered new tires, and I think they are somewhat dangerous to try and have a split rim, and we'll have someone else that actually does that, replace the tires.
You may have heard some rumbling about some excitement that we had last Friday. We have been trying for over a year to schedule a collaboration, photo shoot, whatever you want to call it, with JFP Equine. It was, they approached us asking if we would be interested, and I thought it was a great idea. You can't help but have these beautiful animals catch your attention, so they came downtown on Friday, and we just took them around the area and did some photos. AO Creative actually brought one of their photographers that they work with, just as part of the contract that we already have with them. And they got a lot of cool shots. We haven't seen all of them yet, but this is just an example of like a social post that we can do with some of the content. And then that's just another one of the shots. We took them, you know, of course, on the courtyard. I thought the Zeebold Fountain, as it is or was intended to be a watering trough for the horses when it was in the middle of the road. So we got some pictures of him in front of that, some in front of City Hall. I know Trent, he was our show chauffeur that day, for the safety of the handler and the horse. We had the PD Gator, follow us around, so that was a spectacular thing to have that day. And so it was a lot of fun, and I really look forward to using the content that we gathered that day for a lot of promotion. And I think it's just unique that Waterloo has JFP Equine here. Not a lot of people know that, and it is a great experience for people to go out there and visit with the horses. So that was just something that happened last week, so I thought I'd let you know about it.
Actually, the shot here in front of the Coffee Girl, that looks so nice. It just took forever in order to make that happen.
Yeah. The amount of work that went into just this simple photo shoot was quite a bit. It doesn't
Really?
ever seem like it is. Well,
Were people coming in and out,
Oh.
people on the sidewalk, people in the alley.
It wasn't the horse. It wasn't the horse.
The
No.
horse was not the problem.
his name is Blaine, and he was amazing the entire day. But the one thing I didn't remember was that we had the Optimist Club events that weekend. So all of the cones were already put out. And I thought, well, that's not going to look good in the drone pictures. So we took them all down. And then we had to put them all back up. So, I mean, it was just a lot of
No movement.
yeah, moving things around to make sure we got a good shot. But it was fun. And then the last thing I have for tonight, as we were talking about, I was going to give an update. So Code Red, back in August of 2025, and we've talked about this before, they had that nationwide breach that completely took them down. So we had zero access to Code Red for quite some time because they had to completely start from scratch and rebuild their program. And they have been back in service now for a little while, but has not been working well, let's just put it that way. With these spring storms, we've noticed that calls don't go out sometimes at all. People aren't getting the calls. Or if they signed up for like an email, text, and call, they'll get one, but not all of them. And Kevin Shivey with the county is who our rep is, our main point of contact with Code Red, because we actually partner with the county, Columbia, Hecker, Valmeyer. We're all users on the county's account, and then just pay the county for a share of the contract. Is how it kind of is set up. So Kevin was aware of all these issues that we were having. We would be reporting what we were hearing from our residents to him as well. And he started researching other options because another big problem was that when we would report these issues to Code Red, we weren't getting a great response back or a very timely fix on this. So he looked into a company called Everbridge, which is another mass communications platform program, and he invited us all to watch a Zoom kind of demo of the program. And after that demo, they got a proposal for a 3-year contract. Each village and city will have their own user login, just like we do now with Code Red, and the cost will remain the same. There's no increase in price. So he did get approval from all of the municipality cities to move forward with Everbridge. He also spoke with Madison and St. Clair counties to get their feedback because they have already made the switch to Everbridge from Code Red. So he talked to them, got their feedback. They said that they are enjoying it and it has a lot of features that Code Red did not, and then everything's moving pretty smoothly. So I just wanted to let you know that we will be making the switch. At this time, I to Everbridge. So we won't lose any of that information. Everybody that is signed up now will still be signed up for Everbridge. But then we can push it out and get new registrations from people once we get signed up. I don't want to do anything or push with all the storm season. I've been wanting to promote, signing up for these alerts, but with it not working properly, I thought, well, maybe I should hold off and wait and see what we're going to do. So now that we have the solution, I'm hoping very soon I will be able to communicate that and get the information out to our residents. So, any questions on that?
Just real quick, it sounds like it might not line up that we can use Everbridge to communicate about the 16th 2-hour electrical outage.
I won't have it that quickly, so what I'm planning on doing is doing the Facebook post and also sending a press release to the Republic Times, hoping that they can put like a news blast out there, and then putting it on the homepage of our website as well.
Is that about what we did when we had the much different, because it was a broader market or a broader area in December?
Yeah. In December, we had the county send out a code red, didn't we? JR, didn't Kevin send it out for us?
I think he tried.
Oh, he tried.
I think I wrote that the same
Yeah.
issues. It was going to some people it didn't.
Do we know in that area there are any homes that have handicapped folks that cannot lose electric, anything like that? It's kind of, if they don't see some of these notifications, I just want to make sure we are not putting anybody at risk.
I don't know how we would know that.
We don't have inventory on that. There's about 90 houses there in that area that will be impacted.
Would it make sense to do just a postcard or a quick letter?
We wouldn't have that information anytime the power went out. It was going to be out until our system came back online. So currently, if they had that issue, they would have it during a storm.
True. So with that aside, just so we can let these folks know, it's going to be summer, it might be hot, I don't know. If it's 90.
That's why we're doing it. They're chosen that day. I think it's supposed to be 70.
Okay.
And I want to do it in the morning. We want to get it done sooner than later, because we're on the doorstep of July right now.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we wanted like to do the door hanger route or we have
Food for thought.
summer hires that could. I don't know. That's up to you guys. I'm just trying to think of other ways that we could.
I mean, this would be a typical what we've been doing, and if someone's out of power, they call and we tell them.
Sounds good.
We can change our ways and hold off on change how we do it, and hold off on this till fall sometime.
No, I don't think that's the question at hand.
Okay. Yeah, I understand your concern, and we vet that process through. That's why we shoot for next week. I think 74 is what it looked like this morning.
Yeah. And in the future, hopefully very, very soon, we'll have Everbridge back and be able to send those notifications. The thing with that is it's not foolproof either because people have to be signed up for it.
Right.
So it's still not going to hit everybody.
And that's what we were finding out. That
Yeah.
people have their old 939 number on Code Red.
Right. And that's why I want to do a big push. And it's a perfect time with this new program to do this push to get people to update their accounts and just sign up for it in general. So it'll be a good time to do that.
Sign up. You're going to drive the truck. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else?
Conversation about that online. Deputy Chief?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
just kind of giving you an update on 2 items that were approved by the city council last week for purchase through the police department. The first one is our new duty handguns that were ordered right after the meeting. ETA for those will be between 90 and 120 days. They get drop shipped directly from the manufacturers, so we just kind of wait and see, but that's kind of our projected arrival time. The other item was the 4 LPR cameras. Those have been ordered. We're hoping that they'll be able to be in and installed within about 8 to 12 weeks, but we're still waiting for confirmation on that. We just couldn't get the confirmation until the order was placed. So that's kind of a ballpark time frame for that. But they should still be serviceable till October, so that gives us just kind of a little window with that also. Last weekend we had 2 large festivals downtown, as you saw. The Saturday was the barbecue, and then Sunday was a car show. Happy to report we had 0 issues at either event. They went very smoothly. They're very organized and good, and that's always nice when I can report that there was no issues with them. This morning, several officers from the police department ran 2 miles for the Southern Illinois Special Olympic Torch Run, and that's a statewide fundraising event. So we're very fortunate to have that in town, and we completed the run. And then finally, just to give you a little update of our school resource officer has been teaching DARE class to several 5th grade classes. So he teaches to almost 225 5th graders, and mid-May they had their graduation. So that's well received by the students there. So, any questions for me?
With the new service pistols, they're not revolvers and pistols. I got CB's old service, so that's what I always think of. Obviously you guys know how to use guns. Do you have to do any new training with the new weapons?
We will. We're actually going to be doing a lot of additional training, and I say that because they're a different type of gun with a red dot sight on it. So that's pretty important that we're going to do additional training to get used to that, because there is a learning curve. So right now the 3 firearms instructors are like trying to compile like a training class to that, because there's a lot of us, me included, that are it's kind of a new function for us.
Okay.
But it's a really good upgrade. I've spoken to a lot of different departments, and they say when they have officers that maybe qualify with like a 75 to 85%, a lot of them are now up to 95% accuracy. So it's a very good upgraded feature, and pretty well the standard.
Yeah. I'm easy to hit anyway.
Don't run.
Any other questions about?
We had 1 retiree with Dale. How are we doing as far as staffing?
We're still maintaining, having all the shifts covered. This time of year is a little tougher with the additional festivals and stuff like that. But we will be contacting the commissioner shortly to see where we go from here.
Dane may have already contacted the commissioners. So Dale's last official day is
August 2nd or 3rd. Yes.
August the 3rd. So if he contacts those folks in advance, that we already have a list, then they can actually look at the list and be prepared to actually have a meeting shortly thereafter. But again, we will be down that person until we can.
We're fully staffed other than this, correct? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Natalie?
I don't have anything this evening.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
We're doing some work on the solar ordinance,
Correct.
and some of the things within the city apply to the 1.5 mile radius outside the city. Is that something that would the 1.5 mile be in this jurisdiction of the solar? Can we
Yes.
create an ordinance?
It's only 1,000 feet in city limits.
What the
Yeah,
proposed
if
ones, right?
they're, correct. If they're trying to do something within the 1.5 mile radius, yes, that would apply. Does that answer your question,
Yes.
Hoppy?
So-
Okay.
Yes, and well,
So they would have to, in theory, comply with any ordinance that we also pass, not just
if
this.
it's within a mile and a half, but it's not in the city.
Correct.
So we have to give them a special use permit as well.
We do not. I think
Since they're not in the
I
city.
think the fine line is not development, it's not being divided, so if it's not a development, Nathan can probably give you a better explanation that it isn't like someone is dividing it up and building houses.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, if the parcel was getting subdivided, then our subdivision code would apply.
Right.
It is a development,
Mhm.
but it's county zoned property, so the county zoning would apply to it. And with the state regulations, the city can't enforce anything at this mile and a half.
Looking forward to that, should it ever come to fruition, is that Fountain would not be able to supply them water for like fire hydrants. So
They'd have to get it from us.
You have to get it from us.
that would be very expensive for us for them to actually take water out there. But in order to do that, we would also have to do a pre-annexation on it. So there's a lot of moving parts depending on what happens. If it doesn't happen, we don't have to do anything. If it does happen, and they have a requirement in order to have a certain number of fire hydrants on the property, in our opinion, Fountain can't handle that because they're basically at the end of their line at that point in time.
Right.
They wouldn't be able to handle the volume.
How many parcels away from the city proper, city limits are they?
Well, I think one,
Right.
but it's more than 25 feet.
Right.
So yeah, like the mayor said, Fountain Water District can't, IEPA won't issue any permits for
Right.
extension of mains, just services they can do.
So,
Unless something's changed.
right. Depending on what happens, we may be involved, we may not be involved, but that is a distinct possibility. Which can't imagine us annexing it ever, but then again, we may not really have a choice depending on what goes on. So it's really close to us. Not close to our hearts, but close to our property. Any other questions? Kathy Reichschneider contacted me again about the very capsule at Zano, and she's going to have someone bring out a ground penetrating radar on Thursday morning. If you are in the area, you have a shovel, and would like to follow that around and see about finding that, 8:30 Thursday morning. The city will actually have some people over there, most likely our summer hires, the probes and shovels in order to excavate.
Better call Julian first.
No, I would say that there's probably a lot of guesses as to where it is under the parking lot that no one knows, so. But there's a lot of area out there that's not quite sure. We did find
Big
those
holes in
before.
9,500 feet. Sounds like one.
Voids in some other places, but so far, no time capsule. Time capsule is still hidden. Anybody have any questions for me? Actually, having the Clydesdales here the weekend with Beer and the car show was fun. It was a lot of sunshine.
Yep. You can see my head. Tell you that.
My deck, so. Okay, number 13, committee report. 5/18/26 planning.
Planning committee meeting minutes, those are distributed ahead of the meeting here. Everybody has a chance to take a look at them. Once you do, we'll take a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve as written.
Thank you, Matt.
Second.
Second, Jordan. Everybody done? Motion to approve is out. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you very much.
The 6/1/26 ordinance, Kyle had to leave early. Anybody else on the committee would like to do that?
I'll do it. Like I say, ordinance committee meeting from June 1st. You'll look that over. And if we have a motion to accept.
I did find one typo, just Alderman Hopkins, missed the N in Hopkins on under agenda item 2 on the motion made.
Spell your name wrong, Abby.
To your name, calling Alderman Hopkins.
Yeah.
It's got a nice ring to it.
It does.
Good catch.
Have a motion to accept?
I'll make that motion to accept it.
With changes.
With changes, yes, thank you.
Motion by Jordan. Second?
Second.
Second by Jim Hopkins, or Hoskins.
Yep.
Hopkins. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you very much.
C, 6/1 beautification.
Beautification meetings from June 1st. We'll look that over. Peterstown House. This was the big item.
I'll make a motion to approve as presented.
We have a motion to approve as presented by Joel. Second?
Second.
Second by Jim Hopkins. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you very much.
14, comments. Bobby?
I talked to that.
Joel?
A lot of things going on with the Pride Festival. I guess that's Friday and Saturday. Or Saturday. I think it's Saturday, right?
Saturday.
The Pride thing, the music
That is
festival.
just one day.
Just Saturday because the picnic's that day too.
Correct.
So we'll have a lot
Picnic-
going on downtown.
Picnic is Friday and
Right. Picnic's Friday and Saturday, and then another concert on 14th and 14th. We got a lot going on.
I saw you at the barbecue, but you were a long way off.
Long way off. I just stopped. I was pretty live.
I have nothing, Mayor.
Good choice.
I cut a tree down
Jim?
instead.
I have nothing, Mayor.
Okay. Jordan?
Nothing here.
Okay, cool. Motion to adjourn. Copy? Second. Second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
7:04.